Hello guys, what's up? Today we'll talk about self-discipline. But before we start, I want to ask you a question. Do you have problems with finishing your term project but still play at Elden Ring? Or do you feel a bit bad with yourself because you were supposed to build Arnold's body a long time ago, but only the training plan on the fridge reminds you of your goal? If so, you may have a discipline problem, but don't worry, I show you in 5 simple steps how to build it. You are on the great things theory. I show you how to become a disciplined superhero like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and David Goggins. Are you ready? So let's move on. Before I give you specific strategies, I need to add 2 things. There are few words that have had the misfortune of being misunderstood and used in bad contexts. Discipline belongs to this group. Many of us automatically react with allergy to the word discipline. Unfortunately, our parents are to blame for this. The same our teachers and other authorities giving themselves the right to judge our actions through their own filter. If you think of discipline as medieval torture, it is probably because you have years of school indoctrination behind you. Let's be honest, if you sit in the classroom and for 8 hours a day you learn about boring and old things, your involvement is so low. Teachers who talk about discipline use it in a bad way. It's not about discipline, it's all about submission. It's a bit like dogs. The dog is said to be disciplined or not, but that's not the right context for talking about it. Dogs have learned habits, and in this context we can talk about submission or lack of it, not about discipline. If you rather read about how the Punisher smashes another wave of enemies like me, than hear about cell division, then your discipline might still be okay. Alright, then what is this discipline? Okay, we already know that discipline is too often used in the wrong context. As usual, the most arguments are because people have different definitions of the same word. So, what is discipline? Self-discipline is about leaning into resistance, taking action in spite of how you feel, living a life by design, not by default, but most importantly is acting in accordance with your thoughts, not your feeling. I think it's easier now. I tell you about the nature of resistance in a moment. So, simplifying. You do what you have to do when you need to do to achieve your goal. You are doing what you should, even when you don't feel like it, because you have set yourself a goal that is stronger than yours. I don't feel like it. The way to build my discipline was to run an ultra marathon in the mountains. I knew that at the finish line I would be a different, stronger man. When I started, I couldn't run 15 minutes, but I had a plan for many months with training sessions 3 times a week and progression of distance and pace. In winter, I spent 4 hours on one training session. Did I want to leave the warm room? Of course not, but I had a goal greater than my I don't feel like it. Okay, boss. Now I show you how I built my discipline muscle. Step 1. Purpose. If you associate discipline with medieval breaking wheel, it's because you didn't have a strong reason, or else the goal was someone else's and you believe in it at shady financial products. Let's go back to school and Marvel Comics for a moment. If your why is imposed and you don't believe it, it will be difficult to talk about self-discipline at all. On the other hand, If you are in medical school and your reason is to find a cure for a deadly disease, your purpose is strong. At the very beginning of training your self-discipline muscle, it will be a good reason to work on it itself. But in the long run, you will need a solid, deep-hearted answer to what you want to achieve and why. Without it, it will actually be breaking wheel for your willpower. Step 2. Understand the nature of resistance. The resistance is a clever beast. It likes the T-1000 from the Terminator movie. It takes many forms. For example, it takes the form of perfectionism, by which you wait with what you have to do until you are perfectly prepared. It can take the form of activities that don't get you what you want. When you clean the room and you should study until the Monday exam, that's where it happens. Can you win with resistance? Of course. The more you win, the stronger you will be and the weaker the resistance. Will you overcome the resistance forever? Of course no. The fight against the resistance starts anew every morning. What weapons work against the resistance? Only action. You cannot overcome resistance by thinking. Set the next step and do so, even if it's small. The resistance dissolves in the atmosphere of action. The best tip I can give you: the resistance is most felt when the game is worth the effort, when the fight is high. Step 3. Day-by-day action and visualization. If you want to start building the foundation of self-discipline, specify one simple activity that you will repeat every day for the next 90 days. Make it something simple and positive. Something that will have a positive effect on you. It can be, for example, 20 minutes of walking every day, waking up every day at 5 a.m., also on weekends, 10 push-ups or cut carbs from your meal. Buy yourself a planner and mark each day on which you finished your task. Do this for 90 days or some other time. This is your decision. It is important that you repeat the activity every day. If for any reason you broke your streak, back to start. This is how you train your self-discipline muscle, and in time you will be ready for solid, long-distance challenges. Think about which difficulty level will be good for you and take off. Don't think about it longer than necessary. Step 4. Progress. Like any muscle, self-discipline needs a progression of weight if it is to grow. This means that getting up at 5 a.m. or 10 push-ups will not be enough for you. If you are consistent, this moment will come faster than you think. Therefore, set a goal that is compatible with you. Let it be ambitious. Identify the actions that lead to it and do it. It can be complex, like building a cool shape for summer. You need to set up a training plan. You need to eat enough proteins. Sometimes you may have to give up some things such as Xbox evening session to recover well before training. Here the goal is more complex. Remember that perfection is the greatest enemy of good results. Step 5. Understand yourself. The final piece of the puzzle is finding knowledge about yourself. You need to know what you want to achieve, where your weaknesses are, and what is your main goal. In building self-discipline, you will need to know about two things. First of all, even if you feel bad about what are you supposed to do, your self-esteem increases after the task is done. The second thing, in this process your focus is crucial. So check if sometimes games, TikTok and other apps will not overwhelm your attention. They say that dreams are turned into reality with the help of discipline. That's true. Therefore, keep your purpose in your heart, your inner why. It's not like you have to get up 4 a.m. because Jocko Willing gets at 4 a.m. It flows from his why. You don't have to run marathons like David Goggins. Do what will bring you closer to your goal. That's it. Leave your comment if what am I doing is valuable for you. I need a sign that you are here. Let me know if there is a topic that is interest for you. Thanks and see you!